Good morning everyone. So, ang topic po natin is about variation. But, it is categorized into three. So, the first one is inverse variation, followed by joint and combined variation. So, ito naman po ay madali lang. So, we're just going to listen very well for us to differentiate kung ano ang difference tatlo. So, unahin po muna natin ang ating objectives. So, first is illustrate situations that involve inverse, joint, and combined variation. Pangalawa, dapat ma-translate natin into variation statement ang relationships involving inverse variation between two quantities given by a table of values or mathematical equation, a graph, or vice versa. And then third, translate into variation statement. So, relationship involving the joint variation between two quantities given a mathematical equation and vice versa. And solve problems involving inverse, joint, and combined variation. So, unahin po muna natin ang inverse variation. So, ano nga ba ito? So, inverse variation occurs when one quantity is equal to a constant times the inverse, of the other quantity. Pag sinabi pong inverse, you're going to express it as a quotient. And this can be expressed into mathematical statement or equation as y is equal to k over x. So, yung y is equal to k over x, yan po ay pwede nating basahin as y varies inversely as x. So, since x po yung inversely, so isusulat natin siya sa denominator. And kahit hindi po binanggit si k as constant, automatic, si k po ang ating magiging numerator. Ayan. So, sample tayo. So, gagawin po natin to. Translate natin. X is inversely proportional to y. So, x is inversely proportional, kay y. So, ibig sabihin, x is equal to, so inversely proportional to y. So, si y po isusulat natin as denominator, and automatic k is our numerator. So, ayan po. So, x is inversely proportional to y. So, nandito siya sa baba. So, k, which is the constant, ay nandoon. And bakit po siya naging k is equal to xy? So, i-multiply lang po natin both sides by y. So, by y naman dito. So, cancel lang doon. Kaya, k is xy. So, mamaya madadaanan naman natin yung kung paano mag-derive ng equation. Next, number 2. So, force needed to break a board varies inversely with the length. So, varies inversely with length. So, dito naman, be careful with translations, lalo na sa mga variables na ginagamit. So, maging observant tayo if ang ginagamit ba is small or capital. So, F is equal to varies inversely as the length. So, inversely to length, ibig sabihin yung length yun ang nasa denominator. So, ayan. So, force varies inversely to length. So, k doon. Or, multiply lang po natin itong force and length para makuha ang constant. So, ganun din po dito. Multiply lang yun natin dalawa. Okay? Next, third. Time varies inversely to r. So, ganun din. T is equal to, so, inversely with r, so, siya po ang nasa denominator. Kaya, T varies inversely to r. Or, k is equal to the product of r and t. So, kapag nagko-combine po tayo ng variables, consider natin yung alphabetical order lagi. Okay? In problem solving, so ganito naman po ang gagawin natin. So, if y varies inversely as x and y is equal to 20 when x is 8, find constant, the variation, and the second problem when find y when x is 16. So, unang-una, dapat marunong tayo mag-translate ng maayos. So, ngayon, i-translate muna natin, y varies inversely. So, y is equal to k over x. So, ayan. Diba? So, y varies inversely to x. And then, solve for a. Yan. So, ang constant natin, So, alam naman natin pagkuha ng constant or k, multiply lang natin itong dalawa. Kaya, k is equal to xy. Bakit xy? Kasi alphabetical order. Mauna muna si x bago kay y. So, ano ba magiging constant? So, substitute natin. So, ang first value ni y is 20, x is 8. So, substitute natin dyan. So, x is 8, ayun. And then, y is 20. So, 8 times 20, so constant is 160. So, simple as that. And then, the variation equation is, ayan. So, consider natin ito. Ayan. Bakit xy is 160? Diba ito yun? K is equal to xy. So, xy is equal to, the constant is 160. Or, pwede rin natin i-substitute dito. Ayan. So, y is equal to k over x. So, ang k po natin is 160 over x. So, that's it. Solve na po natin ang letter C. So, it's very important na makuha natin na tama ang constant para magawa din po natin dito. So, ang y daw natin is missing when x is 16. So, substitute lang natin ito dito. So, y is 160 over, ang x daw is 16. So, ayan. And then, reduce lang po natin. 160 divided by 16, so that is 10. So, y is 10. So, simple as that. So, ganun po ang inverse variation. So, ulitin ko, ang inverse variation, you are going to write it as a quotient. So, yung babanggitin niya as inversely, ilalagay natin sa denominator. Okay? Proceed na po tayo sa joint and combine. So, unahin muna natin ang joint. So, joint and combined, so it may be involves 3 or more quantities. May varies directly and inversely. So, kaya nga combined eh. Ayan. So, unahin muna natin si joint. Kung si inversely kanina, we're going to express it as a quotient. Si joint naman ay, of course, when one quantity varies directly, so i-represent natin siya as product. No, as product. Ayan. Study natin to. A varies jointly as the product of B and C. So, hindi nababanggit si constant. Automatic, isasama natin siya. A varies jointly. So, product ni B and C. So, A is equal to, ayan, varies jointly. So, express it as a product ni B and C. Automatic, si K ay nandyan. So, therefore, the translation is A is equal to KBC. Product po kasi joint. And then, sa constant naman, para makuha natin ang constant, i-divide lang po natin both sides by BC yan, no? Kailangan nating mag-derive. So, in getting the constant, ayan. Kaya po siya naging K is equal to A over BC. So, ganun lang po mag-derive para ma-eliminate lang natin yun. Okay, next, second example. The area, ayan, capital A, varies jointly as base and height. So, since jointly, ibig sabihin, imumultiply lang natin si B and H. Pero, huwag kakalimutan si K. So, therefore, capital A or the area is equal to KBH. And para sa constant, i-divide lang natin ito by BH. So, K is equal to A over BH. Okay? Yan. Next, 3, volume. So, for the volume, so dito naman nagkaroon na siya ng 3 variables, no? Kasi sabi nga kanina, di ba, it may be 3 or more variables. So, the volume varies jointly as the product of length, width, and height. Ayan. So, sama ulit natin si K. So, V is equal to the varies jointly or the product of length, width, and height. So, kasama pa rin si constant. And then, para makuha natin ang constant, divide lang natin ito by length, width, and height. So, therefore, the constant or K is equal to V over K LWH. So, simple as that. So, problem solving na po tayo. So, just like with the inverse, so, kailangan translate muna natin ng tama. So, M varies jointly as P and Q. So, ibig sabihin, M is equal to, yan, K, P, Q. Okay? And then, so, constant, ayan, magdi-derive lang naman tayo. I-divide lang natin ulit yan kay PQ, both sides. Kaya naging M over PQ. So, color coding po tayo. Isang naka-blue at isang naka-red. Unahin muna natin yung problem sa kulay blue by substitution. So, K is equal to M over PQ. So, ang value po ng M natin is 50 over P is 5, kaya 5, and then Q is 2. So, 5 times 2 is, so 5 times 2, ayan, that will be 10. Ayan. And then, evaluate lang po na, reduce natin or simplify. 50 divided by 10. So, constant is 5. Next. Second problem tayo. Itong nasa kulay red. Order na si Shopee. So, M is equal to KPQ. So, the value of M here is missing. Ayan, siya ang hahanapin. Substitute P and Q. So, since ang value ng K natin is 5, so ayan po. P is 10, K is 6. Q is 6. 5 times 10 times 6. So, M is 300. Okay? Ayan. So, kung papansinin natin, ang value ni P dito sa una is 5. Second value is 10. So, it increases. And then, dito naman sa Q is 2. Second value is 6. So, both P and Q increases na as the value of M also increases. Kasi ang M dito sa first value is 50. Pagdating dito is 300. Okay? So, ganun lang po ha. Ang inverse, express it as quotient. Kapag jointly naman as product. What if combined? Of course, kaya nga combined. So, the other quantity may varies directly. So, pwedeng naka-direct at yung isa ay naka-inverse. So, ayan. So, pagbabasahin po natin ito is V varies inversely as Z kasi nasa ibaba siya and directly as W. So, nasa taas. Yeah. So, that is the quantity that varies directly and this one is the one that varies inversely. So, practice natin. Problem solving. So, translate muna natin. V varies inversely. So, V is equal to so, over X ang K, over X varies with W. So, ayan, color coding ulit tayo. Unahin natin ang color blue. So, find K. So, for the constant, getting K. So, the value of W dito is 12. Substitute. X is 4. So, K8, ayan. Multiply both sides by 4. Eliminate natin to. So, 4 times 12. So, that will be 64. Solve for K. So, divide both sides by 8. Ayan. So, 64 by 8. So, constant natin is 8. Okay? Second problem tayo. Sa red. Solve for W. V is 24. X is 3. Substitute ulit. V is 24. 8. Yung constant kasi natin is 8. Ayan. So, multiply both sides by 8. Ayan. So, 8 times 24 is 192. Is equal to 8W. So, solve for W. Divide both sides by 8. Ayan. So, 192 divided by 8. So, W is 124. So, simple as that. So, ganun lang po. So, kapag varies inversely na, isang naka-direct product at yung isa naman ay naka-quotient. So, thank you very much and thank you.